In the world of amusement parks, the thrill of exhilarating rides, the smell of popcorn, and the laughter of families create an atmosphere of joy and excitement. But what happens when that joy turns to frustration and disappointment? Today, we dive into the bizarre story of a man who sought legal action against a theme park for what he considered a terrible experience. A sunny day at one of the most popular theme parks in the country. Families are gathered, children are laughing, and the sound of roller coasters rushing past fills the air. It's a perfect day, or so it seems. But for one man, his visit to the park turned into a nightmare that would lead him to the courtroom. Let's take a closer look at the events that unfolded. Our protagonist, who we will refer to as Mr. Johnson, had planned this trip for months. He had saved up his hard-earned money, bought the tickets in advance, and even planned out his day to maximize the fun. He was ready to conquer the rides and enjoy every moment with his family. But things took a turn. Upon arriving at the park, Mr. Johnson was greeted with long lines and a crowded atmosphere. Hours passed, and he barely managed to ride a few attractions. The thrill he anticipated quickly turned into frustration as the reality of the park's operations set in. He was particularly excited about one ride, a brand new roller coaster that had received rave reviews. After waiting in line for what felt like an eternity, he finally boarded the coaster. However, just as it was about to take off, the ride malfunctioned, leaving him and others in an uncomfortable situation. What happened next is shocking. The ride came to a sudden stop, and Mr. Johnson was left hanging in the air, feeling the adrenaline rush turn to panic. He later claimed that the experience was terrifying and that he felt trapped. What would you do in that situation? Would you be angry? Would you seek compensation? After disembarking, Mr. Johnson felt that the park had failed him. He believed he deserved better for the money he spent, so he decided to take action. He filed a lawsuit against the theme park, seeking damages for emotional distress and the disappointment of his day. Now, this is where the story gets even more intriguing. Legal experts and the public were divided on the merits of Mr. Johnson's case. Some argued that the parks have a responsibility to ensure safety and enjoyment. Others contended that theme parks, by their very nature, come with inherent risks. As news of the lawsuit spread, it sparked a debate about personal responsibility and the expectations of customers in entertainment venues. Can you believe this actually happened? A man suing for a bad experience at an amusement park. It sounds outrageous, but it raises important questions about accountability. In the courtroom, the drama unfolded. Mr. Johnson's attorney painted a vivid picture of the ordeal, emphasizing the emotional turmoil he experienced. They argued that the park's negligence led to his suffering. On the opposing side, the theme park's legal team countered with evidence showing that ride malfunctions occur and that they cannot control every situation. During the trial, witnesses were called. Park employees testified about the safety protocols in place and how ride failures, while unfortunate, were not uncommon. They explained that they acted promptly to resolve the issue, ensuring the safety of all guests. But what really captured the attention of the jury was Mr. Johnson's own testimony. He described his feelings of panic and fear, emphasizing how the experience ruined what was supposed to be a joyful day with his family. The emotional stakes were high, and the jury listened intently. As the trial progressed, public opinion began to shift. Many people began to sympathize with Mr. Johnson, seeing him as a victim of an inadequate system. Others, however, viewed him as someone trying to exploit a situation for financial gain. This duality of perspectives created a media frenzy, with news outlets eagerly covering each development in the case. As the days passed, the courtroom drama intensified. The defense team sought to undermine Mr. Johnson's claims by revealing that he had previously filed complaints against other entertainment venues. This raised questions about his credibility and whether he was genuinely seeking justice or simply looking for a payout. The trial reached a climax when the jury had to deliberate. Tension filled the air as everyone awaited the verdict. Would they side with Mr. Johnson, or would they rule in favor of the theme park? Finally, the moment arrived. The jury returned with their decision, and silence enveloped the courtroom. The foreman stood to read the verdict. Mr. Johnson's claims were dismissed. It was a shocking outcome, leaving many to wonder about the implications of such a ruling. The case sparked conversations about the responsibilities of theme parks and the expectations of their customers. Should a theme park be held accountable for every bad experience, or do visitors need to understand the risks involved? In the aftermath, Mr. Johnson's lawsuit became a cautionary tale. It served as a reminder that while amusement parks aim to provide fun, unexpected situations can arise. But here's the twist. Rather than fading into obscurity, this case ignited discussions about the culture of litigation in America. People began to analyze the tendency to seek legal recourse for perceived grievances. What if Mr. Johnson had approached the situation differently? What if he had voiced his concerns directly to the park management instead of resorting to a lawsuit? Would that have led to a more constructive outcome? The debate continued, and while Mr. Johnson walked away without compensation, his story left an indelible mark on the public consciousness. In today's society, where everyone has a voice and the ability to share their experiences, the line between valid complaints and frivolous lawsuits can blur. The theme park industry, aware of this scrutiny, began to implement changes. They focused on improving customer service, enhancing ride safety, and addressing complaints more effectively. The hope was to prevent similar incidents from escalating into legal battles. As time went on, the case became part of a larger narrative about consumer rights and corporate accountability. It highlighted the importance of communication between customers and service providers. Could Mr. Johnson's experience serve as a lesson for both theme parks and patrons alike? Perhaps it's essential for guests to remember that while they deserve enjoyment, they also play a role in the overall experience. As we reflect on this unusual case, one thing remains clear. The world of theme parks is not just about thrills and spills, it's also about the complex relationship between expectations and reality. So the next time you're at a theme park, remember Mr. Johnson's story. Think about how you might react in a similar situation. Would you join the chorus of those seeking justice, or would you find a way to voice your concerns without resorting to legal action? It's a question worth pondering as we navigate the intricacies of our interactions with entertainment venues. After all, in the pursuit of happiness, sometimes it's the journey, not the destination, that truly matters. As we wrap up this tale, let's take a moment to appreciate the thrill of amusement parks while also recognizing the importance of clear communication and understanding. Because at the end of the day, everyone deserves a little fun without the drama.